Yo, how's it going? Probably should turn down the music before I get too deep into this shit. Um,
Enter my shadow.
okay. All right. See how this goes. I jam. How wow. How's it going, everyone? So we are. How do I put this? Welcome over to YouTube. I hope everyone is doing well. I am doing some new shit today. AKA, I'm learning new things. Today we are going to be learning FL Studio. I think that's the big thing about what's going on this stream. I think some people over at Twitch who have been around, we've talked about it. Kai pulled an all-nighter stream. Jesus Christ, Kai. Jesus. Why did Kai pull an all-nighter stream? What did she do? Fucking trooper, dude. Jesus. I know the VOD still got to be up, so I'm gonna go check how long that fucking VOD was, dude.
When a player
16
drops
hours?
50, DoorDash drops something into this bag. And you score $5 off on DoorDash plus a shot to win the whole thing. In your bag all season long. DoorDash.
Why do I have a DoorDash? Oh, because of fucking Kai's thing. That's why. The fuck? Oh, do a clicker shit and it's playing. Fucking DVD. Jesus Christ, Kai. What's going on, Verm? How's it going? Okay, just to make sure I have everyone. Like, the folks that are here, I think you guys are what I think you are. I think. Oh, there we go. All right, there we go. I just wanted to make sure my peoples were, you two were like the right, correct thing. Just wanted to make sure. But anyways, hi. So Where was I? Oh yeah. Okay, so tired. I fucking feel that, dude. I legit just woke up not too long ago. So, what are we doing today? Um, well, to put it bluntly, I'm learning FL Studio. Um, that's kind of the vibe today. I know some of y'all who were on my Twitch stream a couple days ago, aka last week. Y'all know that I've been working on trying to learn some new shit over in FL Studio, aka not just learn some new shit over at FL Studio, learn some new shit bluntly, like just learning new things. And FL Studio was one of those things that I wanted to learn. I wanted to get back into making music and get back into making beats and shit like that. So here we are, you know. Here we are on FL Studio. Super excited about it. Slightly nervous because this is once again still something new. I've never done FL Studio before, so all I can do is just hope and pray I don't fuck this up. 07. No, it's 08. Also, while I will be doing this, I also will be working on the schedule for next for this week. AKA it is probably just going to be a lot of marathon. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I think this whole week is probably gonna be marathon. Oh yeah, if anything, I should probably just do that marathon gaming. Unless I get hit with a collab, which I think what I want to do for next week or like this upcoming with this week, I definitely want to get more people on board for like streams for with this game. If some people want to watch it, they or if some people want to join in for them, they're more than welcome to. But I would like to have more people for marathon because your boy ain't got really much of people. I got some friends to play it with, but like everybody's kind of busy. I gotta pick a better time where everybody can be around and shit like that. Plus, I'm probably gonna do. Actually, no, I know for sure I'm gonna do a marathon, but I'm probably gonna try and get some people to join in for Spell Chronicles. Ooh, fuck, I fucked that up. Oop. There we go. Spell Chronicles and marathon. And marathon. And then I still want to do a double stream Friday and Saturday, so we'll see what the fuck happens. If anything, y'all can make Saturday morning React Andy content. React Andy content for Saturday morning. We could do that. All right, bet. All right, bet. All right, bet. All right, so Thursday is gonna be marathon. Friday is gonna be marathon. Then spellcasters for later on that Friday. Saturday afternoon is Saturday afternoon, aka 12 p.m. It's gonna be React Andy content, and then I'm probably going to be playing marathon. I'm not gonna lie, that game is fucking addicting. I I think I think once again, I think this is not like I like as much as I wanted to be very cautious about fucking marathon. They might have something with this one. In all honesty, I gotta go get ready for work. Okay, all right, Jim. He's obsessed, 100%. Also, hi Kai. Hope you're doing well. Also, what is up with you pulling an all-nighter on stream, dude? What the hell? Jesus Christ, man. Fucking putting in work, dude. But yeah, the schedule is now done. Yeah, done with the schedule for this upcoming week. And then I technically should go ahead and actually let me actually do this. FL Studio / edit editing stream. You just put YouTube YT stream. YT stream. There we go. And then just copy it for the next one. So technically, now that I'm looking at it, we're technically going to be streaming for like 3 days. No, we're streaming for a lot longer. I'm technically streaming for like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm technically streaming for 6 days. So my day is probably my only off day. Holy shit! With me getting back into these like FL Studio days, yeah, technically I'm getting back in a. And then I think what probably is going to happen is FL Studio is probably going to be also a Twitch stream as well. They're the only two streams that are going to be YouTube streams are going to be Tuesday and Wednesday. Friday is going to be a both kind of stream, and then it's going to end when the FL Studio finishes. I think my YouTube streams for right now are definitely going to be like FL Studio and shit like that. But I feel like if I'm doing that, I don't think it should be on this channel kind of thing. I don't know. We'll see. See what happens. It very much depends. Because now it's a mixture of like gaming and music, and now it's just confusing as shit. So, who fucking knows, man? I think I might actually end up making another YouTube channel for music. I think that might be the vibe, and then for my FL Studio days, I'll just show you guys that YouTube video. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It very much depends on how I want to do this shit. But I think having just gaming for this channel, react for the other channel, and then music for that third channel would be sick. But it just depends on how you want to do things. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I think we should go ahead and I think I can go ahead and get into it a little bit. All right. So first things first, this shit looks terrifying. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. I am not gonna hold you. This shit look confusing as hell. I wonder if you can see it on like game. You probably can't, which it is what it is. But yeah, if I switch it to that, you'll see it for sure. So yeah, this shit look about confusing as hell, chat. I don't know what I'm looking at. Oh fuck. Okay. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. This looks confusing. YouTube looks strange. It's a little strange. It's a little strange. Also, hi Polly. What program is that? This is FL Studio. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm using FL Studio. I'm trying to learn FL Studio, trying to see how this shit works because I am very intrigued with FL Studio.
Okay, so
and plus I've been wanting to learn FL Studio for a minute anyways. But when I first look at all this shit look about what the fuck is happening? Like, so
Clicked on this video, you must be interested in making beats, and whether it's just a hobby or you're thinking about taking it full time, getting started can feel overwhelming. There's so much information out there, the software looks confusing, and you might not even know where to begin.
So right now I think the big thing that I'm doing, what program is that? Oh, Fruity Loops. Is that basically the same thing? Fruity Loop Studio. Oh yeah. Now that you said it, I can kind of understand now. Never mind. But yeah, I'm just trying to learn this shit, try to figure out how this shit works and shit. And then not only that, on top of that, I'm gonna be I'm thinking about making a third channel for music and shit. And I'm gonna end up putting my YouTube channel and making it like my YouTube, like my music recording streams and shit like that, and making my editing streams and shit like that. But for right now, I'm just kind of gonna chill for what it is for right now. But we'll see what we can do. I'm not gonna lie, with the change of things going on, my fucking sinus is fucked. My nose is stuffy like shit. I use Cakewalk for music, but these programs always confuse me. It's confusing as fuck. I don't know what I'm looking at. So I got a YouTube video on the side to kind of like help me figure out what the fuck I'm doing. So we'll see.
Making music. Well, in this video, I've got you covered.
So I'm kind of watching a YouTube video trying to learn how to fucking use FL Studio, and then on after that, we're gonna just learn some shit. I can add my own sound. Well, if I can add my own sounds, there's definitely one sound that I need to go ahead and add, like not sound, but like more or less like a vocal recording. And it's from this is probably going to be like a whole different beat that I make on the side, but the idea that I have for some of the beats, I think it would be cool. Let me go ahead and get something done real quick. What was the name of it? I think it was I'm Done. There you go. Should be the first video, yeah.
Oh my god, what? Bro, he sounds like Cuff'em. Yo, the smart of my body, what's up? What's the good? Huh? Who really wanna go? That's what really, we can really get the bus in. We can really get the bus in, what's up?
Because there's an idea that I have for that specific beat, but we'll see. Let me blow my fucking nose. My nose is over here like fucking up right now. Give me a second. I don't like the way my nose feels, dude. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'll be right back, chat. Okay, I'm back. I'm not gonna lie, the slight bit of enjoyability of having two fucking phones is really fucking nice, dude. Because now I can like still work on. I can still have my like my like this stuff on, and I don't have to worry about anything, and still work on shit like sending stuff to my mom. Yay! Oh shit, bro. Okay, I am back fully now. So yeah, I actually sound a lot better a little bit too. So first things first, I'm watching videos trying to learn how to fucking use FL Studio. I'm learning shit.
Distributing music. I'll be keeping it really
So
simple and digestible, so by the end of this video, you should be well on your way to making your first beat. If you're wondering who I am, my name's Jay Cactus. I've been a full-time producer for over 5 years now, and I've worked with artists such as Gigs, Noisy, Skinny Flex, French the Kid, and way more. And if you want to dive a bit deeper, I've created a whole beginner's course completely free, which goes step by step. It gives you access to a community of like-minded producers and a
yeah,
popular
nice.
one, and that's because the entry level one, the Fruity edition, it doesn't have many features. You can't record audio with it. You have an audio clip limit of 8, so if you're going to be using things like samples, or you'll be dragging sounds in from various, you won't have any obviously. And on the right, you'll have some options to start new projects with plugins and sounds already loaded. For the most part, if we're just making beats, you won't really need any of these. I've got this default basic soft clipper preset set up, but we can just go ahead and start an empty project. Now, the first time you start a project, it can look really confusing, but you just need to get familiar with some of the main parts, and those main parts are up here. So the first one is the playlist. The playlist is going to be where you arrange your whole track. So you'll build out certain patterns within the channel rack, which is this one, and then at the end of that, you'll piece everything together within the playlist, and you'll build out your song here. So think about the playlist as building out your song. And
Turning off music for right now so I can watch this video thoroughly.
The piano roll is going
Gotta
to
learn some shit.
most of your melodies, and you can use the piano roll within any sound. So whether you drag a drum sample in, or a piano, guitar, or anything else, you can build out a melody within that using the piano roll. It's essentially just a piano on its side. So the higher up
Which
you go,
one
the
is
higher
that
the
one?
sound, the lower you go, the lower the tone will be. The mixer is where you're going to add all of your effects. So you have this master channel,
sick.
which is where everything's rooted. So anything that you add to the master channel is going to affect every sound that you're using. And then you also have these individual inserts, which you can link sounds to. So when you bring sounds into the playlist, or if you bring them to the channel rack, you can route them from here to individual inserts. So for example, if you had a piano, you could route that to insert 1, and then start adding some effects like reverb, delay, or anything else you might want to add. And they work in order too, so anything that you add to slot 1 will be the first effect in the chain, and then in slot 2 it will go through.
Let me see that again.
Master song. The piano roll is going to be where you build out most of your melodies, and you can use the piano roll within any sound. So whether you drag a drum sample in, or a piano, guitar, or anything else, you can build out a melody within that using the piano roll. It's essentially just a piano on its side, so the higher up you go, the higher it will sound, the lower you go, the lower the tone will be. The mixer is where you're going to add all of your effects. So you have this master channel, which is where everything's rooted, so anything that you add to the master channel is going to affect every sound that you're using. And then you also have these individual inserts, which you can link sounds to. So when you bring sounds into the playlist, or if you bring them to the channel rack, you can route them
So where would that be?
where you're going to add all of your effects. So you have this master channel, which is where everything's rooted. So anything that you add to the master channel is going to affect every sound that you're using. And then you also have these individual inserts, which you can link sounds to. So when you bring sounds into the playlist, or if you're
So is it channel right?
you can route them from here to individual
I think it is.
inserts. So for example, if you had a piano, you could route that to insert 1 and then start adding some effects like reverb, delay, or anything else you might want to add. They work in order too. So anything that you add to slot 1 will be the first effect in the chain. And then in slot 2, it will go through slot 1 first and then hit slot 2. So for example, if you added reverb to slot 1 and then delay to slot 2, the delay will also affect the reverb, but we'll get more into that soon. The next main section is the browser or the plugin picker. And this is where you'll access all of your sounds. So if you've downloaded my free bundle, then you'll find it within the browser once you've located the folder, but I'll show you that in a second. So I've set up a folder called FL Studio packs and then J Cactus packs, and here's where I keep all of my sounds. So for example, if I go to my Sacred Trap Suite, could go to my drums, and I have all of my 808s here. And by the way, if you want to check out any of my premium sounds and bundles, they're all available on jcactus.com. So you can go there, or I'll leave a link in the description, and use the code CORS20 to get 20
That's nice.
sounds within FL Cloud. So you can preview them. And then if you like it, you can hit the download button and you can drag that straight into the playlist ready to use. And you can see from the options here, you can actually sync it
So wait, hold on. So
here. So if you go to packs, you can see me right there. And these are sounds that I've... And then if you like it, you can hit the download button and you can drag that straight.
could you drag your own sound into this? I'm testing something. First things first, I'm throwing this into DaVinci Resolve so I can and the reason I'm throwing it into DaVinci Resolve is because I want the Okay, I'm back. So I know I kind of disappeared for a second. New phone case just came in for the new phone. Very sleek, very sleek. Okay. All right.
into the playlist ready to use. And you can see from the options here, you can actually sync it with your project BPM. And if you're wondering what BPM is, it stands for beats per minute. And it's essentially the tempo of your beat. And you can change that by dragging this up and down here. So right now I've got the project set to 140 beats per minute, which is quite standard for things like drill and trap. You also need to pay attention to this area here, because if you've got pattern mode selected, when you hit play, it's going to play anything.
What's the beats per minute for like lo-fi? Lo-fi BPM range 60 to 90. Okay. I think this one, this specific song that I'm thinking about doing it's probably gonna hit like at least like a 90 to 100 at like the least, if anything. Um, come out of my body. Okay. That's. I think that is a perfect place to end it. And yes, I am using an I'm Dante line for a beat because low key, I don't know why, but I legit had this whole like mental image of what the beat could sound like from the small little audio clip. Uh, if I just extend that. I gotta zoom it in a little bit. I think right there. I'm trying to figure out how. Bro, that's no fuck. Trying to figure out how to possibly make it longer without actually like doing too much kind of thing. Oh, yeah, that actually works. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that's a nice little audio. Nice little audio possibility with that. Yeah, that is a perfect little like audio clip to start a beat off with. So I'm gonna go ahead and download that audio clip. It should be at the full audio. Hold on. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I might actually buy me like a piano pad, like the piano with a pad, with a beat pad on it. I'm not gonna lie, I might buy me something like that because low key for what I want for this, I'm probably gonna have to buy one, at least for this beat for sure. But I don't think I'm gonna do too much with it. So this beat will be like last, like the whenever I finally start getting more and more used to FL Studio, that'll be like the beat that I end up using a lot, or that'll be the beat that I'm working
in
on.
the current pattern, so anything that you build in the current channel rack. But then if you go to song mode, it will play anything in the playlist. When we get to arranging beats, you'll see that you can add patterns within the playlist and build out the full song there. But if you're building something in the playlist and you realize it's not actually playing, then it's probably because you've got pattern mode activated. If you have this button checked, it's the metronome, so this is going to give you a click on every beat. That's just going to help you stay in time if you're recording something. You can see if I bring the BPM down to something like 90, which is good for boom bap, you're going to hear it's playing slower, so there's less beats per minute. Before we start building the melody, to actually install the sounds that you've downloaded, you just hit F10 and then go to File, or you can click Options and then File Settings.
Is it right where it needs to be?
This section will show up in the browser. For example, if you're saving all of your sounds on the desktop, just click
Yeah,
this folder,
it's probably gonna be a
desktop,
90
and then
beats per
select
minute
folder.
song.
Once you come out of that, you're just going to need to hit refresh. You can also right click on one of these and then select open, and this will show you the directory. So these packs actually come with FL Studio, so if you wanted to keep all of your downloaded sounds within that, you might just want to create a new folder here. And again, just hit refresh and they should show up. All right, so to build a melody, I like to start with a piano just because it's really easy to hear the notes with a piano, and then you can swap it out if you want. To open a plugin, you want to make sure that you're in the channel rack first, then you can click this button here and you'll see the plugins that you get. If you've downloaded third-party plugins and installed them, I like to start with a piano just because it's really easy to hear the notes with a piano, and then you can swap it out if you want. To open a plugin, you want to make sure that you're in the channel rack first, then you can click this button here and you'll see the plugins that you get. If you've downloaded third-party plugins and installed them, just click More Plugins, Manage Plugins, hit Find Installed Plugins, and then it's going to search for anything that's been installed. For example, I like Addictive Keys for piano, so I've downloaded that, and then I like to hit the star button so it shows up.
So there is a thing that you can download for like keys, for keyboard pads and shit like that. This is a lot. I ain't gonna lie. This is a lot. There's a lot to like kind of get you like used to. But not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. It's just different, you know. I could make something out of that. I'll download that. Oh, these are loops. These aren't just keys. Also, let me go ahead and do this real quick because I just thought about this shit. Where's my settings? Because I'm pretty sure this shit is very loud on stream, which I should probably go check that real quick. Give me a second because I need to go check. How loud is that? Let's get into the purple. Yeah, it could definitely get turned down a little bit. All right. Turn that down about 75. see about how loud that is now. Less loud. That's good. Brock Lesnar fought. I think the issue is what I want to create is not going to be in any of these. Like, these are just like these are just trial pads. That's not what I wanted. I don't want trial pads. I think what I want more than anything is just instruments, keyboard, grand piano. Can I hear what it sounds like? That helped a lot. Oh my god, this shit seems so fucking confusing. Is it because it's on Pat? Wait. I don't know what I'm doing. I probably should have watched that video a little bit more. I'm over here looking at this shit like
also
it's
access it by
confusing.
going to more plugins, search for it, and then you can add the star there. That just means it's going to show up straight away here without having to go to more plugins. FL Keys is the free piano that comes with FL Studio, but we'll use Addictive Keys just because I prefer the sound of it. If you want to delete a plugin, just click there, see the plugins that you get. If you've downloaded third-party plugins and installed them, just click more plugins, manage plugins, hit find installed plugins, and then it's going to search for anything that's been installed. For example, I like Addictive Keys for select delete. Now to start building a melody, first we're going to click there, and then we can hit F7 to go to once you come out of that, you're just going to need to hit refresh. You can also right click on one of these and then select open, and this will show you the directory. So these packs actually come with FL Studio, so if you wanted to keep all of your downloaded sounds within that, you might just want to create a new folder here, and again just hit refresh and they should show up. Alright, so to build a melody, I like to start with a piano, just because it's really easy to hear the notes with a piano, and then you can swap it out if you want. To open a plugin, you want to make sure that you're in the channel rack first, then you can click this button here and you'll see the plugins that you get. If you've downloaded third-party plugins and installed them, just click more plugins, manage plugins, hit find installed plugins, and then it's going to search for anything that's been installed. For example, I like Addictive Keys for piano, so I've downloaded that, and then I like to hit the star button so it shows up in my favorites. If you missed that there, you can also access it by going to more plugins, search for it, and then you can add the star there. That just means it's going to show up straight away here without having to go to more plugins. FL Keys is the free piano that comes with FL Studio.
This does not look like what it looks like. I don't hear anything. That's another thing. I don't hear FL Studio. I don't if it's like playing sound. I don't hear the sound. Audio settings. Is that why? It's because it's not in the right thing. Hold on. No, that's not why. Hmm. I don't know. You would think I'd check all this beforehand, but as you can see, I did not. I did not check any of this beforehand. But there are times, no, like I could hear the beats on here, but I just can't hear what I'm making, so it just doesn't make a lot of sense. Cause like, if we like go to presets or even just sounds, there we go. Cause see, we can still hear it, which makes absolutely no fucking sense. So yeah, we can still hear it. So now I'm just confused on why I can't hear my own shit, type shit, you know. I don't know what any of this shit is. Bro said, oh, FL keys. There we go. Okay, we can actually hear it now. That's good. Hmm. How to play with this? Roads. Let's just. Is that Rhodes? I don't know if Rhodes is kind of what I'm looking for. Let's do Rhodes turn down. I don't know. It's like highly all confusing shit. But we're getting somewhere because we finally found FL keys. So, you know, this is a W in my book.
You can see we picked D minor. Now anything that's highlighted will be in the D minor scale. And now that we can see the scale, we can start building out a chord progression because chords are the foundation of the majority of melodies. If you don't know what a chord is, essentially it's a group of notes played together. And there's a few basic ones you can learn. For example, we could start on D, we'll skip.
So if that's the case. Nope. Still ain't work. So if we, nope, still nothing. It still doesn't do anything. Okay, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. So I'm noticing right key is to get rid of shit. Right key is to get rid of shit, basically. So that's not bad. At least we know what right key does. Delete. Delete. If I put this one, that doesn't help either. Huh. So the question is, how do we?
If you right click, it will check it. Hear the piano. If you don't know about music theory, select delete. Now select delete. Also access it by going to more plugins, search for it, and then you can add the star there. That just means it's going to show up straight away here without having to go to more plugins. FL Keys is the free piano that comes with FL Studio, but we'll use Addictive Keys just because I prefer the sound of it. If you want to delete a plugin, just click there, hit Alt and delete, and then OK, or you can right click and select delete. Now to start building a melody, first we're going to click there, and then we can hit F7 to go to the piano roll, or we can right click on the plugin and select piano roll there. Now you'll see when I click in a note,
Wait, what?
delete. Now to start building a melody, first we're going to click there, and then we can hit F7 to go to the piano roll, or
Click there. You said F7.
select delete. Now to start building a melody, first we're going to click there, and then we can hit F7 to go to the piano roll, or
That didn't help me. That didn't help at all. Brother, what is he talking about? I don't know what he's talking about. Cause I hit the thing. Right.
select delete. Now to start building a melody, first we're going to click there, and then we can hit F7 to go to the piano roll, or we can right click on the plugin and select.
Oh. Right click. Piano roll. Okay, there we go. I'm just trying to find the sound. Or more or less, I'm just trying to find shit. Basically just trying to get used to shit, you know?
Piano roll there. Now you'll see when I click in a note, we're going to actually hear the piano. If you don't know about music theory, I'd recommend clicking here, going to view, scale highlighting, and then selecting a scale. If you want to make something dark, go for minor natural, and then we can start with something like C or D. If you can't see the highlighted grid, just make sure that's checked. If you right click, it will check it without closing this structure. So a scale is essentially a group of notes that we as humans have decided sound good together. And you can see we picked D minor. Now anything that's highlighted will be in the D minor scale. And now that we can see the scale, we can start building out a chord progression, because chords are the foundation of the majority of melodies. If you don't know what a chord is, essentially it's a group of notes played together. And there's a few basic ones you can learn. For example, we could start on D, we'll skip a note in the scale, and then skip another one. So you can see we've missed these two. Make sure we're on pattern mode here. We'll bring that BPM up to 140 again. Hit space to play. That's a D minor chord. So that's the pattern for any standard minor chord. You go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. To make it a major chord, you just bring this middle note up 1. But D major doesn't fit the D minor scale, so we'll stick with D minor. To build on this chord, you can skip another note in the scale to create a 7th, skip another one to make a 9th. You'll get more of a jazzy vibe. Now a good technique to get started is just by picking any note in the scale. I've started with D, but you don't have to. And then you can pick another one. For example, we'll go to A sharp or B flat, same thing. Skip a note in the scale, skip another one.
Stop. That's actually cool too. Mm. Oh god, that sounds horrible. That sounds actually horrendous. But mm, there's got to be a specific way of of like being able to put it like right here instead of all the way up here. Like put it back here. On the bright side, I finally figured out how to like make keys, which is good. Yay. Now how the fuck do I do everything else? This is. I'm gonna say this right now. Motherfuckers who do this shit, I commend you. Cause this shit like confusing as hell. But I think that's the beautiful part about all this. I'm not getting it right off. So I think that's the beautiful part about learning this shit. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun learning this shit. AKA, no, I will not. Because now I gotta figure out how the fuck to do any of this. That was loud. Holy shit. What is any of this? My head hurts. Holy shit, my head hurts. I'm clicking on shit.
So you like that,
For this.
pick another note. So we'll choose A, skip a note in the scale, skip another one. Hold control and left click to highlight this, and then if we drag it out, it will play this chord for longer. See how this sounds. So I like that. We just built our first chord progression. Now what you can also do is play with inversions and the voicing of the chord progression. And all that means is the positioning of the notes. For example, the D minor chord has D, F, and A. If I hold Control, left click, and highlight A, if I press Control and down, we're still using the note A, but it's further down in the scale. So we're going to get a bit of a different sound. So I'm feeling that. If we undo that, you could try this one, maybe that as well. And it's all about experimenting. Same chord progression, but you get a different vibe. And then to thicken up the sound, you could take the root notes, which are the first notes in the chord. So remember, we chose D minor, then we went to A sharp, and then A. We just changed the positioning of these two. We're going to press Shift and left click, and that will copy the notes. Then we'll press Control and down, and maybe we'll bring these two back down as well. And now we've got some bass. Right? So most melodies will have 3 layers. You'll have some bass covering the low end, you'll have the chords covering the midsection, and then you'll build out some sort of counter melody on top. And with counter melodies, there's really no rules. You're just going to have to experiment and see what sounds right to you. That's why I recommended highlighting a scale, because if you stick within the scale, there's a good chance it's going to sound right. For example, let's just click some random notes in, drag that out, maybe to the end, and then just 2 more here. Now we've got a top line too. That sounds right. Some useful techniques for top lines is to use notes that are already within the chord. So you can see that F sounds right there because we're using F in the chord. Same with A sharp there. G's not in that chord, but still sounded right. But E and A are. But again, there's no rules with counter melodies. You don't have to start at the beginning. You can start wherever. And it's all about trial and error. Another thing you could do is highlight the chords. First, shift and click to copy them. Control and up to bring them up an octave. And then press Alt and A. And this is going to bring up the arpeggiator, which will break up the chord. So for example, we could bring this range up. We could change it from normal to flip to alternate. And then you can increase the amount of notes. So for example, just an easy way to get a quick count melody. I want to make something a bit darker. So I'm going to start with the D minor chord. To make a dark melody, you just don't want to change the progression too much. For example, we could press Control and A, then Control and B to copy it. Bring this one down. Maybe we'll bring these 2 down. Bring everything up. And we'll just start building a melody. Also, if you press C, it's going to activate the slice tool, which you can access from up here. Then if you left click and drag down, you can make cuts. So this will separate the 2. So then it plays twice. And then press P to go back to the draw tool. It's also useful if your notes are too long. You hit C, Shift, right click, and that's going to trim the smallest end. Bring that back. If you're pressing Control and B to copy and it's doing something like this, it means you haven't got the right area highlighted. So you could just right click and then highlight the section from up here. We've got 2 bars highlighted, and we can see that because it's going from 1 to 3. Press Control and B, it's going to copy it, and we can change something in this section. Bring this up.
So it shouldn't be
It
seems like it's gonna be like 85, if not 80.
So we could do it here or an octave down. Just see what sounds right. I think something like this. There we go.
Ah.
I really wanted to thicken that up. Copy these up an octave.
But I do like his preset, whatever the fuck.
That's so fun. Coolest plugin I ever used.
So feel
Whatever keyboard this is, I need to find that.
these and then select open, and this will show you the directory. So these packs actually come with FL Studio, so if you wanted to keep all of your downloaded sounds within that, you might just want to create a new folder here, and again just hit refresh and they should show up. All right, so to build a melody, I like to start with a piano just because it's really easy to hear the notes with a piano, and then you can swap it out if you want. To open a plugin, you want to make sure that you're in the channel rack first, then you can click this button here and you'll see the plugins that you get. If you've downloaded third-party plugins and installed them, just click more plugins, manage plugins, hit find installed plugins, and then it's going to search for anything that's been installed. For example, I like addictive keys for piano, so I've downloaded that, and then I like to hit
Where do I find addictive keys for? probably something I would have to spend money on. Damn. Oh no, this is like a whole different fucking thing. No, this is actually not a different thing. Damn, it is actually. Damn, this fucking hurts my head. Holy shit. I don't know how long I've been at this. Ugh. How long I've been, like, live? I don't even see how long I've been live, technically. Definitely, I've been live for 30 minutes. It definitely feels like longer than 30 minutes. I feel like I've been live for at least an hour. Confused as shit. Trying to figure out what the fuck I'm doing for FL Studio. No, I started streaming like 12:15. Yeah. It's been about an hour. Confused as a motherfucker trying to learn shit. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. This is all a lot. But it's kind of hurting my head a little bit trying to learn all this shit. So I think what I'm probably gonna do is just take a small wee bit of a break from all of this. Probably do some shit off stream. Probably learn some shit like this off stream. Be more into it for off stream and shit like that. But yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, I did. Whenever I come back, I'll probably be doing more of this off stream. But like, yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. For this first whatever the fuck kind of bullshit this is. But yeah, we'll probably see you guys a little bit later on. For tomorrow. Hopefully learning a little bit more than what the fuck I did. I think the only reason it's I think the reason I'm like kind of like looking at all this and being like scared is because once again this is all new. So my brain, so like mentally, I'm just like, this is a lot. So I feel like I should take a break, kind of thing. Which I feel like there's nothing wrong with taking a break, but I feel like for me to progress, I do have to like get over that hump of what the fuck am I doing, kind of thing, you know. So whenever I actually get over that hump, it should be a lot better. So yeah, appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I really do appreciate every one of you guys, and we'll see you guys later. All right. Yeah.
Enter my shadow.